of Eagle Creek Trout Farm and Eagle Creek Fish Company, Brian Benjamin. Good morning.
Good morning.
Brian.
Good morning. Good morning.
Brian brought some fish.
I know.
This was swimming.
I've never seen fresher fish in my life, Brian.
Swimming an hour ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here, you can catch some fish this morning.
Thank you very much. Awesome. That's about the only way I could catch it.
Yeah.
Tell us how long you've been at it at Eagle Creek.
Great. So we purchased the farm this spring will be about 4 years.
Okay.
So it's been an adventure, kind of taking it over and trying to understand what was working, what wasn't working, and then sort of reimagining Eagle Creek.
Is there a creek?
There's a lot of creeks. There's Sandstone Creek, there's Indian Brook, and then there's our own Eagle Creek.
How did you? This isn't your original career. This is you had a long career of 33 years. Talk about how you decided to get into this. And kind of how you found this location. Yeah,
I worked at, as I mentioned, a chemical company for 33 years, and that career kind of was coming to a close. I was looking for something else to do. My wife said, "Hey, you love being outdoors," so she just started looking for farms for sale. And we saw this farm. I didn't know if they were growing longhorn cattle, chickens, sunflower seeds. It turns out to be trout. We drove out that Sunday, and I was immediately captivated.
Wow.
And knowing nothing about trout or animal husbandry, we just dived in, and it's been a great adventure.
And now you're supplying to some high-end restaurants all over the state. Things are going really well. Talk a little bit about where or how people can get your product.
Okay. Yeah. So our product is available through distribution to some of the finest white tablecloth restaurants in the state: Selden's Standard, Sylvan's Table, Mad Nice Detroit. It's been featured at the Grand Hotel up in Mackinac, and Bellflower in Ypsilanti. Which
very nice.
You could probably hear my New York twang, because I was born and raised on the East Coast. I came out here in my 20s, met the joy of my life, my wife. We've been married for over 40 years.
Oh, wow.
I have 4 sons that live here in Michigan.
That's great.
And I went to school here and just have settled here.
Yeah, what a cool story.
Yeah, we should mention where this is. A lot of people have driven by it. It's on Michigan Avenue, out by the Jones place.
Yes, for sure.
It used to be something else.
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
No, I can't either. But now it is Eagle Creek.
It's amazing. Probably all you had to learn, and then also kind of reimagine.
Yeah, that part was really wonderful for me, especially as you get a little bit older. A new adventure is just so. It's just. I consider myself like the luckiest guy alive, because I'm learning the biology, the chemistry, the fluid dynamics. There's just so much that goes into this.
Trout's a superfood. Did
it's
you know
rainbow trout. So
it's rainbow trout.
You could farm any kind of fish, right?
Well, the water that we've got is very cold, very clean. So there's like 3 classes of fish. There's warm water fish, there's cool water fish, and there's cold water fish. Salmonids, so trout and salmon are in the same family, are cold water. And our water is very well suited for that. It comes out at 51 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I read that trout, their body temperature is the same as the air. Is that correct? Is that
I don't know.
Yeah,
Could be.
I saw that this morning. It was interesting. The trout don't regulate their temperature as.
You know, I think the best way to prepare rainbow trout is in a cast iron frying pan over an outdoor fire.
Yeah,
ooh, that's very good.
Very good. Yeah, that would be excellent. And in about 6 minutes, you've got a gourmet dinner. I got a recipe there.
Yeah, we've got this easy pan fried trout.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You'll have to cook that. Bart's a wonderful cook.
Oh, good. Yeah.
it sounds great. Yeah, it is. It's very popular, and it's universally loved, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's people that aren't big fish people. It's one that is universally loved.
Yep.
It's one of those where, you know, if you're at a restaurant and you see it on the menu, you mention it to someone.
Yeah.
Because it's not always available.
Right,
It's
it's
not
true.
even close to always available at
true.
restaurants.
Yeah.
Well, I like the fact that it's got a name that's rainbow trout. Who doesn't like rainbows and trout? And it's cold water fish. That is an attractive descriptor as opposed to warm water fish.
Yeah.
For sure.
Warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
Do
cool.
you fish yourself?
I'm not a great fisherman, but this is my adventure these days.
How many fish do you have at the
have-
farm?
You know, in excess of 100,000.
Okay.
Because we actually hatch the eggs. We import eggs from Washington State.
Okay.
And
Wow.
we've got a hatchery, so we hatch them, and we do that 50,000 at a time.
Wow.
So we've got hundreds
Wow.
of thousands.
Are there like fish ladders and like is there a like they travel?
Yeah, it's kind of like a fish ladder. What we built, and this was the reimagining, Andy, that I was talking about, we built these giant raceways, which basically simulate a river or a creek where a trout would naturally swim. So instead of having kind of a big body of water with a low water flow, we have a high volume of water concentrated so that it simulates basically a rushing river. So our trout swim against the current like they would in nature. They're getting fresh, clean water. And that just enables them to grow in a very healthy way.
Do you have to feed them?
Yes, we do have to feed them. They do, you know, get some mosquitoes and grubs and stuff, but mostly it is a commercial, specially formulated
Sure.
feed for rainbow trout.
How long does it take from egg to table?
It takes 2 years.
Wow.
It takes 2 years, and that's one of the things, you know, when you've got a very big factory farm. I don't want to talk bad about
Sure.
anything, but you know, there are some hormones that are added. There are things that accelerate kind of the growth. We go very slow, kind of in nature. All of our trout are hand fed, and hand feeding, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it allows the person that's raising the fish to kind of connect with that fish in the sense, how are they feeding? How are they eating? Is everything looking okay? Which is really important in fish health.
They're sold like this. So this is, how much does this weigh?
That's probably about a 10 ounce. And so again, most of our business is the wholesale business, but we just started a few months ago a market right at the farm, 5883 West Michigan Avenue, actually Thursdays from 1 to 6.
Perfect.
And you could buy one of these bad boys for $5.99.
$5.99.
$5.99. I know my kids say it's way too cheap.
Way
What are
too
you
cheap,
doing?
Dad.
2 years and you're hawking this on Michigan Avenue.
Yeah,
But
that feels too cheap for the 2-year-old.
Yeah, and
That's cool.
it's so lovingly raised. So
And beautiful, beautiful fish.
yeah,
And that's it. It's rainbow trout. This is all you sell.
that's it.
Wow.
Because kind of, Bart, keeping track of different species, because you know we've got fish that are egg-sized and fry, fingerlings, bigger, you know, and it's kind of like a pipeline. So as we catch at the back end, we need to bring in young ones.
Well, I hope you'll
from-
have us out soon. I'd like to check it out.
I'd love it. I'd love
Yeah,
to show you.
Andy fishes.
Well, I wouldn't fish. I'd just look.
Yeah.
You'd be welcome.
Well, we are excited for your company and wish you the best. And thanks for choosing Jackson for the Eagle Creek Fish Company.
Thank you. Jackson is just a wonderful community. I get to touch really the community at this market. So I get regulars that come, and you know, it could be a very older couple, and they come out of the car with a $5 bill and a $1 bill, and they get their one fillet, and that's their Thursday night dinner. And everybody's got a story.
Yeah.
Everybody's got something, and it's just wonderful. We really love it here.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
The owner of Eagle Creek Trout Farm and Eagle Creek Fish Company, Brian Benjamin. Morning show continues after this.